Look who came crawling back. You guys. And also me, technically. Oh fuck, I forgot to put my beauty blender. I have a bunch of new products that I wanted to try out, so I thought we could sit down and try them out together. I don't have a new foundation, so I'm gonna be using the same one I've been bumming lately. This is the Natasha Denona Face Glow Foundation. I'm gonna try mixing it with this stuff from Vichy. It's called Vichy Mineral 89 Skin Fortifying Daily Booster. We'll just see how it goes. I just like to sheer it out a little bit. It is like not the fullest coverage in the world, but I just like it a little bit more sheer than it is naturally. I don't know how people use other mirrors. Like I only use this mirror, and it's funny because every time I do a sponsored video, they're like, please don't hold the MAC mirror. Oh, I actually really like how dewy that made the foundation. Very nice. Okay, I wanted to try this. It's from First Aid Beauty. It's called the Bendy Avocado Concealer, and I do like avocados, so I felt like maybe I should try this. I'm gonna try shade 3. This particular concealer has a miserable, miserable shade range. I think there was 7 shades total, and they were basically all white and tan. And they didn't have a super, super light shade either. So just something to be conscious of if you were looking at that one. It doesn't have a great shade range. Like this is the second lightest concealer, and I'm gonna dot a little bit of that over as well. I feel like it looks nice though. I'm gonna take a little bit of shade 4 and try it kind of like on my cheeks to add a little bit of coverage in the areas where I need it. It looks actually quite nice, I think. I feel like it looks very like skin-like. A lot of the times concealers look really textured or really thick on my skin, and I feel like this looks really nice and thin, and it looks like hydrated still. It doesn't look like it has a super different appearance from like the rest of my foundation, which I like. I am just gonna set my under eyes with a little bit of my Hourglass Veil powder, tapping off almost all of the excess, and then just patting underneath my eyes. I actually think that looks super nice. I hope that you guys can find a shade for you if you wanna try it out, because I think it looks really pretty. Hopefully it lasts kind of well throughout the day. Okay, they also sent, this is from First Aid Beauty as well. It's called a Kona I Stick, and I think it's supposed to be like a primer. Looks very strange. I'm gonna try it. Doesn't smell like avocados. Oh. Oh, okay. This feels like I'm putting a glue stick on, but it's kind of nice. Oh, very sticky. I'm gonna set my eyes with a little bit of powder that's close to my skin tone. We'll see how that eye primer works. I'm gonna zoom you guys in a little bit because I wanna work on the eyes and the eyebrows so you guys can see what's going on here. Ooh, there we are. Look at that. Oh. I feel like that looks so nice on camera. Maybe I'm wrong, I don't know. I think it looks really nice. The concealer I'm talking about. I wanted to try the Milk Kush Fiber Brow. I'm gonna be using this shade Dutch. A lot of people have been asking me if I've tried this yet, or if I like it more than Boy Brow. I tried it last night for the first time, but I'm gonna obviously try it now full force. The first thing I noticed, if we're going for differences between Boy Brow and this, is that this one is a little bit more liquidy. Boy Brow is quite like a thick formula, which is good and bad. It's bad because it dries out a little quicker, but it's good because it really like thickens that brow. But I like the look of this one. I don't know if I like it more than Boy Brow. I think part of it is that because this is a little bit more liquidy, it kind of tends to get on the skin behind the brows, which I don't like because I literally just want it to be on those hairs. I don't want it to be stuck on that skin behind. I also feel like Boy Brow kind of like holds my brows in place a little bit more. Like you can feel the stiffness when you're putting it through, and when it sets, it's like it feels really stiff, whereas these feel like a little bit more flexible. So depending on what you're kind of looking for, I like that about Boy Brow because I feel like it holds my brows in place so I don't have to go in with like an additional clear brow gel after. So for my eyes today, I wanted to try using these new Marc Jacobs shadows. They are weird. They're very like soft and buttery. They're supposed to be a cream. They're a gel powder eyeshadow, but they feel very powdery. I'm very intrigued. The way that they swatch is interesting because they really like build up a ton. I don't know how to explain it. Let me see if I can swatch and show you. Okay, so this is the color Dynamo, which is a really pretty, like kind of, it's like a matte gray, but it does have sparkles in it. Do you know what I mean? Like it's not like pearlescent, but it has a sparkle in it. I don't know how to describe it. So it's super soft and buttery when I swatch it. It's very intense. And then I feel like I put it on. Do you see what I mean? Okay, perfect. So see this, it's like so dark where I first applied it, and then all the way around is like really like, it's just weird. Like it sticks to where you put it first. And like, keep in mind, I have nothing on my hand now. So then I find that like you end up having to pick up so much shadow to try and go over those edges and make them look less rough. So I'm super intrigued to see how these apply on the eye. It might be a disaster. I'm not sure. Let's find out together. I'm gonna try this color, the Big O. It's just like a peachy, like looks like my exact skin tone. I'm taking this on a Volair E04 brush, and then I'm just bringing that into my crease. I'm bringing that into my crease and kind of buffing it up towards the front of my brow there. See what I mean? Like we're keeping it light right underneath the brow there, but I'm sort of buffing it up towards that inner corner. Now I'm gonna grab the color Daddy-O. Showing you the outside of the packaging does nothing. It's like a little bit of a deeper kind of brown. Taking a little Hakuhodo J146 brush, and I'm going to bring that kind of same thing on that outer corner and into the crease. And then I'm gonna bring it on the inner corner as well. I think I'm gonna do a little halo eye with that gray shadow because that's the one that looks like it's giving me the most troubles when I swatch. So I'm interested to try it. Then I'm taking my bigger brush and I'm just kind of blending over that. Then I'm gonna take my same smaller brush and that gray shadow called Dynamo, place it on that outer corner. Oh, it's so intense, like it's very pigmented. And then I'm gonna just really gently tap it in there and bring it onto my inner corner because I don't need much of that shadow. And then I'm connecting our little bridge in the center. It's a very pretty color. It reminds me of, what's that color from Melt? You know what I mean, I'm sure. Okay, I'm just taking another clean blending brush and I'm just kind of going over that very lightly. I feel like over here, it just kind of seemed to like blend away. I don't know if you'll be able to tell, but this eye I feel like turned out okay. It's strange. It's almost like it blends out pretty nicely, but because it's so soft, it kind of seems to just like blend away completely. I don't know, man. It's very strange. I don't know. I don't know how I feel yet. I'm taking a little bit of the color Primo. It's like a little shimmery kind of champagne color. I'm grabbing that just on a little tiny shader brush, and I'm going to bring that down the center of the lid. I feel like that's not as intense as I thought it would be. Very strange. I'm gonna try and wet my brush a little bit with some Fix Plus. See how this works wet. And then I'm just flipping around to the dry side of my brush and using that to kind of buff out those edges. I'm gonna try and build up that gray shadow a little bit more because I feel like, I don't know, I feel like this eye's kind of doing what I want, but this eye's not really. So I'm just taking a little bit more of that gray. I'm gonna tap off the excess and then I'm just gonna kind of like tap it over top to blend it into that shimmery thing we've got going on. It is definitely a unique formula, I'll say that, because I feel like a lot of the times I try eyeshadows and like, I know people have a thing against first impressions, but the truth is like, so much stuff is exactly the same. Like it's really like, it's familiar formulas basically. Like when you apply an eyeshadow, you can kind of be like, okay, yeah, like this is gonna apply just like this palette and this palette. And then there's sometimes where I try things and I'm like, oh, this is actually a little different. I'm gonna go back to this shade, the Big O, and I'm gonna try and just kind of like go over my edges with that light color and sort of blend out that gray that way. I'm gonna take that same gray shade on this Real Techniques shading brush. That probably fucked you up. You probably thought I was gonna say accent brush. And I'm gonna bring that right under my lower lash line. See, look how dark that looks when it's applied with a little, like a denser brush. It's really kind of bizarre. And then I'm taking that color, the big O, on just a fluffy brush, and I'm going to go right over top of that gray and just buff that out. That's very strange. I just want to show you guys, see right there? It's like the color keeps lifting. I don't know if I like this. It's like I feel like I have to like place it down and then just not touch it. Like I can't really blend it out the way I would be able to with other shadows because it just feels like it doesn't want that from me. It just wants to be left alone, and it's not a phase. I don't know, man. I'm gonna have to keep playing around with those. I do feel like it looks a little patchy, like it's hard to make it look nice and blended, especially on this eye. I feel like you can tell. I'm having a really hard time getting that kiki blend, so that upsets me. Okay, I'm going to just pop on my lashes and mascara. Some girl asked me to say what mascara I'm using, and I'm gonna be using the Hourglass Caution Mascara. I just think it's redundant to film every time, but just so you know, it's gonna be Hourglass, babe. Okay, just before I zoom you guys out, I just wanted to show you, so right here, I wish I had a laser pointer, but right here, like, see how it got dark? It's so strange. I feel like everything was working fine until that gray went down, and that's what fucked everybody up. By everybody, I mean me. But I literally can't, like, I've tried blending this, I've tried rubbing it with my finger, I've tried going over it with a clean brush, I've tried going over it with more powder, like, and it's just like I can't seem to get it to diffuse. It's very odd. I don't think I'm a fan of that eyeshadow formula. I'm gonna keep trying it because it is like different. So I'm gonna keep trying it and see if there's like some kind of trick to it. But I figured that gray one was gonna be weird based on the swatches and that you couldn't really seem to blend it out, and that's basically what's happening here. I'm gonna be using the Too Faced Chocolate Soleil in medium deep. I actually don't know if I've ever tried this before. I can't remember, it's all a blur. Today's the day though. I'm gonna take that on my little brush. I'm gonna bring that underneath my cheekbone. I actually don't normally like cool toned bronzers or contours because I feel like it's so cool toned on my skin that it makes me look really muddy. I actually feel like this looks fine. It looks pretty neutral. Yeah, that bronzer's nice. What have I been doing? Where have I been? Okay, I'm gonna take my little fan brush. I got these blushes in the mail. They're from L'Oreal. They're called Paradise Enchanted Scented Blush. Oh, that smells, I mean, it smells kind of like plum, I guess, but there's like an undertone of semen. Okay, I have two colors here. I have the color Fantastical and I have the color Bashful. I think I'm gonna try Bashful on my little fan brush. It looks very light, but that's what I go for in a blush. Oh, okay. It just looks kind of gold on my skin. Oh, this isn't a mirror. That's why I never use anything other than my MAC mirror. Okay, well, that's weird. I'm gonna try some of the color Fantastical. It's like more of a corally blush, and I'm gonna see if that shows up as anything other than gold. A little, kind of. Well, okay. I wanted to try something, okay? Listen, I know I'm a hater at the best of times. Okay, two of the things I've hated on the most in this past year is Natasha Denona, because her products are exorbitantly priced, and also powder highlight. This is both of those things wrapped into one container. Last night I put this on my bare face and it made my skin look really textured, and I was like, fucking, I hate powder highlights. But then I tried to go over top with that stuff that I mixed with my foundation earlier, and I felt like it actually looked kinda nice. I'm gonna see how this goes. So I'm taking the new Natasha Denona Super Glow in 02 light medium. I'm gonna grab that on a little brush, and I'm going to put that on my face. And as usual, I feel like it makes my skin look super dry and textured, as almost all powder highlights do. I'm gonna take a little dot, ooh, maybe I'll do it on my beauty blender. Okay, I'm gonna take a little dot of that stuff, and I'm gonna like really work it into my beauty blender, press it in, and then I'm just gonna go and dabble over top. See, this is lovely. Everything should be a cream. That probably did absolutely nothing for you on camera, but everything for me in person. This is something I'm also apparently super late to the boat on. This is the L'Oreal Color Riche Shine in the shade Glossy Fawn. I got sent these in the mail and I was like, oh, okay, cool. And then I swatched them and I was like, oh, very nice and sheer. And then someone on Periscope was like, yeah, literally everyone loves those. Time to try. Where have I been? Hold on, I wanna grab one other color because there was one that was like more pinky and I wanna mix that. BRB. Yeah, this one's called Shining Peach. I'm gonna go over top with that. Oh, those feel beautiful. It looks beautiful. It looks so plush and nice. I'm a beauty queen. What is this? What happened here? I was feeling okay until this thing happened. I'm gonna go straighten my hair. I'll be right back. This is horrifying. All right, you guys, that is everything for me today. Thanks so much for hanging out and chatting. Let me know if there's anything else you guys wanna see me try. Let me know if you've tried any of these products, what your thoughts were, how they worked for you. I'll see you guys next time. Peace out. Kuma!